welcome back to my channel, Risa y Paz. Thank you so much for joining us today. So as you can see, this is going to be a continuation about these mini twists. So let me tell you all, I've had these twists up now for a whole entire month, and I have redone my edges, and I just did this last week. So right at the month mark, I went ahead and redid my edges. And something that I did was I made sure that they were a lot smaller. So I went ahead and went back in and did a lot smaller, as you can see, a lot smaller parts overall. In this video, I want to show you all 6 different ways that I style my mini twists. Right now, what you're looking at is a very old braid out on my hair, and I will say that braiding my hair is my all-time favorite way to style my hair. It gives the best results, as well as with little to no effort at all. So you can see my ends are not really tamed, or they're not really defined necessarily. They're very stretched. So when I do my braid out, it gives me a stretched look. So that's the first hairstyle. The first hairstyle are the 2 French braids going to the back to get a wavy look, right? So the second hairstyle that you can try for the stretched look, I would go ahead and take this hair. I always have to add moisture to my hair, so I add a little bit of water along with my shea butter mixture. And that's honestly what I've been using on my hair throughout this whole entire time. Or you can use whatever kind of cream or sealant that you'd like to use to seal in some of that moisture. But I would wet my hair first and then put that shea butter on it. And what you do is you wrap your hair around as if you were wrapping like straightened hair, right? So you pin it, and you're just making sure that everything is getting nice and straight. And this is going to give you the stretched look that you probably had when you first did your hair. So I would go ahead, wrap it all the way around. Make sure that I'm moisturizing my ends again. I would spray this again with some water. And you go ahead and you pin this part down. So as you can see, this is going to give you a full stretch in your hair. And you tie it down and you sleep overnight with it. And when you take it down, you'll get very, very stretched mini twists. And so it'll make it look as if your hair was like straightened out, or just like, you know, stretched all the way completely. So that's another way that you can wear mini twists, just to change up the look. So another way is, of course, defining your curls, right? So when I did these mini twists, I mentioned the product that I used was the Tropical Moringa. I used water. Go ahead and wet my hair really good. So what I would do when I want to just let my natural curls kind of show is I would section off my hair, section it all off, and start, you know, like I was doing almost like I was doing a wash and go. It's a lot simpler than doing a wash and go, but you section off your hair and you apply ample amount of water, because you really are trying to revert your hair back, right? So I'm applying a lot of water and just running my fingers through the whole strand. So when I twist my hair, I always leave my ends, like once I'm done with the 2 strands, I always have ends that are loose almost, that I am able to just define and kind of give that passion twist look, but it's with your own natural hair. And then you're going to apply like that, you can apply like that glaze, whether it's a custard, whether it's a gel. I really like to use a product that I'm not going to mind being on my hair. So I don't want something that's going to flake up so bad when I start to just kind of let it wear out and maybe apply water and apply a moisturizer on top again. So I'm very, very careful about what I use. But because I twisted my hair with the Tropical Moringa, that's the reason why I use that product again to define it. But this time I have some Edge Booster Gel, which I use on my edges. Anyways, back to how you're defining your curls. So you're going to wet it like I said, and then apply that product all over your ends. Starting with the ends, you just paint it all over it. And I don't have that product with me right now, but this is the technique that you basically use. So wet, 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 and I even make sure that it's like dripping wet, right? But I go in section by section, applying enough water, applying enough product, and then after I finish my whole entire head, you just let it sit. You just let it sit. You let it sit and you let it dry, okay? Don't touch it. Just, I know you want to see how your curls are popping, but if you want those curls to stay popping, let it dry. So of course, with that style, you're going to have a lot more shrinkage. So that's number 3. So number 1 is you do the 2 French braids and you get the wavy look. Number 2, you stretch out your hair. And I always say apply water because that's what makes your hair moldable. Number 3 is defining your own natural curls and having your own curl poppage, you know, be slaying out here with your curls popping. And then number 4, we're going to do a Bantu Knot Out. Now, this is one that I reserve for special occasions because it's a real little, you know, you get a little fancy look and it looks like it took a lot of time. But just like those 2 braids, just like those 2 French braids, this doesn't take any time. Very little effort for the amount of sort of, you know, elegance, and it just looks like you really tried with this look, but you didn't really try that hard. So let me show you. So as you can see, I have about 9 Bantu knots, and I'm just going to show you all the process of me taking it down. So you see that big curl that you get. It is so nice because I have big sections, not super large, but medium-sized sections. And as you can see, there is definitely shrinkage with this. But after I finish taking them down, I will separate them out. Also, I just want to mention the products that I use. So I wet my hair and then I applied the Twist and Define cream on my ends just to make sure I had smooth ends. But that's really it. You don't need too strong of a product. Or you can just use your moisturizer. So as you can see, I'm separating it out and you just get this full voluminous look. So this is the final look. Alright, so you can do either a Bantu Knot Out or a Flexi Rod set. So they're both very, very simple and produce really good results. So I'm just gonna grab out some Flexi Rods. So I'm gonna use the blue Flexi Rod. Normally I'll use like a blue or the size really doesn't matter as much, simply because you're going to get that same look. So I just fold it around, I wrap it around the end, and then I go ahead and start to twist. So here's the thing, when you have twists in your hair, you don't have to try hard to make that curl loose because your hair is already going to be looser than normal considering you are doing it on top of twists. So I just go ahead and make a long twist. Go ahead and elongate my curl and pin it in place. So you only need a few of these. You only need a few of those and you can do your whole head just like that, big sections, and you're going to get very, very defined curls. Just go ahead and take that down. As you can see, look, that started to form already, and that just gives you a little bit of a different curl. It's more of a Shirley Temple curl. Somehow my closing got destroyed, but I wanted to show you all the last style, which is just the 2 flat twists, as well as some other pictures of what my hair looked like throughout this time. So I hope you enjoyed, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you all in the next video.